We'll call the governing board meeting of the Lammersville Unified School District Board to order at 7 p.m. Please note that this meeting is being recorded, and at this time, please take a moment to silence or turn off your cell phones. For those of you that are here that would like to address the board about a specific agenda item and/or during public comment, please fill out a blue comment card in the back of the room so we know when to call upon you. And I believe that there are students here from Lammersville Elementary School to give a presentation. Ms. Duran, if you or one of your students could lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Salute. Pledge.
Dr. Nicholas, President Clements, and trustees, thank you for having us tonight. I am very proud to bring up my entire leadership crew. They've done a great job this year of starting the year of making it fun and memorable, and I'm going to have Izzy get us started.
Good evening, we're at the Lammersville Elementary, and we are here to share the activities we have. Please enjoy the slideshow we have prepared for you.
For volleyball, we have two teams, a 5-6 team and a 7-8 team. We had concessions for every home game to raise money for ASB. Our 5-6 team won 6 games. The 7-8 team only lost 1 game and secured the trophy for the winning team. We just started basketball with our 5-6 boys team. They put up a good fight in there, scoring 22 points. We are excited for the rest of the season. Our homecoming parade float was 101 Dalmatians themed. We had all the characters such as Horace, Jasper, Anita, Roger, the 101 Dalmatians, and of course, Miss Duran as Cruella.
Our float embraced the black and white theme. We had fire hydrants, a 5-foot doghouse, and our beloved dogs tossing candy to the Mountain House residents. We had Leo the lion dressed up as a Dalmatian to fit the occasion.
We had many spirit days already at Lammersville. Some of ours, anything but a backpack day, Western Day, Neon Day, and Extreme School Spirit Day. For any of a backpack day, we had students arriving with wheelbarrows, suitcases, shopping carts, and more. Next week will be our winter theme dress-up days to include your favorite ugly sweater class color day and, of course, PJ Day.
We held a Spirit Day contest to encourage students to dress up to 3 to 5 days and win an Otter Pop or Popsicle. We feel our dress-up days bring fun and creativity to our campus.
Our Splashathon replaced our turkey trot. The Splashathon was on a hot day that had many water activities. We had water balloon slingshots, tug-of-war, human bowling ball, water slide, water tube slides, and more. The firefighters also came by and sprayed us with the hoses that day.
Many kids had fun that day doing the activities. Many students commented that they liked the 2-foot-long otter pops that we had for them to enjoy. Another great perk was students who raised enough money to receive a green wristband would be able to have the opportunity to throw a pie at Mr. Ann's face. That was definitely Mr. Ann's favorite part of the day.
Yeah.
For lunch activities, ASB students are in groups of 3 and come up with an activity for the kinder to 3rd graders to do. The activities can range from art activities, heart-pumping workouts, or silly activities.
Some activities that we have done included creating snow globes, a free dance competition, Halloween limbo, an obstacle course, and more. Some of the activities have prizes like small pieces of candy, while others were just for fun. Plus, we feel that we are building relationships around campus with all students of all ages, which is a huge part of why we love our school.
Another way we build relationships around campus is to teach other grade levels what we are learning. The 8th graders created a project on stopping an asteroid from colliding with Earth using various scientific principles like Newton's 3 laws. We showed our models and posters that we made, and we explained as how we're going to save Earth.
The third graders were honest listeners and gave feedback based on what they heard and what they had questions on. Miss Stiles would still grade the 8th graders, and the 3rd grade class would grade them too. The 3rd graders enjoyed and thanked the 8th graders for taking the time to present their project to them.
The 90s sock hop brightened up the students' days. There were fun activities such as bracelet making, face painting, puppet making, food and drinks, a Polaroid photo booth, and of course, dancing.
Students said that they had a lot of fun taking pictures of Leo the Lion and doing the 90s themed activities. For Friday that week, students dressed up as if they lived in the 90s for Spirit Day. Students commented that they loved getting their face painted and taking pictures with friends and siblings.
We have lots of great activities planned for the rest of the year. One of our favorites for 8th grade is Kinder Buddies. We will be placed with a kinder or first grade friend and spend the last 5 months of the school year being role models for the little kids. Another great event coming up is our movie night on January 20th inside the multipurpose room. We would like to invite you to join us that night as we eat yummy snacks and watch a family-friendly movie. And finally, our 6th graders are looking forward to their 3-day trip to 6th grade camp at Sky Mountain Education Center. They are hoping for snow, and that is just the tip of the iceberg for our upcoming events.
As you can see, our small but amazing community comes together and makes school fun for everybody. Thank you for your time and listening to our presentation.
Any questions or comments from the board?
I'd like to comment. Thank you all so much for coming. The presentation was great, and I love the creative projects that you have going on. Especially, it's clear that there's a lot of school spirit, so thank you.
I was going to comment with the same, but throughout your presentation, what I heard was your desire to include everyone and a great spirit of inclusiveness, and that really impressed me. And I can see that people who go to your school, students, are going to feel welcomed and safe at school, and that's very impressive. That's what we want for everyone. And I do have one question. Where can one obtain a 2-foot-long otter pop? Great job. Great job.
I'd like to say that the presentation was awesome. The pictures were great. So do you have a designated photographer, or do you just... Awesome. Great job, guys. All of you, great job. Those pictures were amazing. The moment was captured, the happiness was captured, so great job to all of you. But I missed one picture. Where was the picture with the pie on your principal's face? Yeah. Okay, so we'll look forward to that. But great job. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
I concur with everything my fellow board members said. I'd also like to comment on how impressive it is that the smallest school in the district is holding that trophy right there. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Well, I think you guys did a fantastic job. Thank you so much for coming and sharing. I was going to ask if I did hear it correctly, because I'm getting old, so my ears aren't that great. 2-foot otter pops, but that's already been addressed. And, you know, I was going to ask if we really did throw pie in the principal's face, but that's been addressed. I was a little hurt because when I was in school, we had like a 60s sock hop. And it really feels old that the decade after I graduated from high school is that decade. But anyway, great job. Thank you so much for coming out. And you're more than welcome to stay and partake, but if you have other, and listen to what I'm sure will be a riveting board meeting and all that, but if you have other things that you would like to do and accomplish, by all means, we'll take a moment to let you exit stage left. Yeah, that's stage. What it was like to live in the 90s. Ouch.
I know.
Good. Now I feel better.
Bring it.
Okay. Item 2, roll call, please.
Lisa Boulay.
Here.
Colin Clements.
Here.
Benita Daniel.
Here.
Stephanie Olson.
Here.
David Pombo.
Here.
Satya Seelam.
Here.
I wanted to get through that so we could get to the big one. Item 3, student recognition, staff report.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to call them in one school at a time. The principal's going to announce the kids. We're going to pass out the medals. We'll go ELA math, and then the combo kids. So just like we did last time, and then everybody is going to exit stage, my right, your left, out where Director Busatil is standing, and that way we'll just kind of do a complete circle all the way out to your evening. So thank you everybody for coming, and let's start the ceremony.
But before they cycle out, we will have a photo op for parents to get their picture right up front and center.
Oh, go for it. Okay. Good evening. It is my pleasure to announce the students from Bethany who got a perfect score on the CASP. We had 2 additions. We recognized students the last meeting. We have Alexander Barraza. Congratulations. And I don't know if Debadri is here. Yes. Debadri Gorai? All right, congratulations. All right, both got a perfect score in math. Yes, these were the 2 that were missed the last time. Yes.
On behalf of the board, I'm really sorry. The district does everything they can to make sure that you'll get
A lot of kiddos outside. It's a good sign. For Hanson, we have Aliyah Moitra. She is not here tonight, is she? There she is. Abhinath Karthikeya. Sarbat Randawa. and Tanisha Rajendran.
From Cuesta for a perfect score in CASP in math, Anika Malati.
It's first.
Parents from Bethany or Cuesta who are just up here, Hanson, you can go ahead and go if you're in the audience right now so we can get Altamont parents in.
Everybody's parents are in? Yes. Thumbs up, Altamont, if your parents are in here? Okay, wonderful. All right. Okay. All right, board. Thank you for inviting us. It's my pleasure to announce these wonderful students. First up for a perfect score in English, Language Arts, and Math, Rithika Thakur. Oops. She does. One more for her. Yeah. All right. For language arts, we have Amy Thomas. Kyreet Manikar. Eli. Nicholas Venzer. Vibabi Parrot Reddy. Yalini Sampathkumar. And the rest of the recipients received a perfect score in math. Abhishek Ranjith. Elson Phillip. Gabrielle Danqua. Kirtana Goody. Palak Bishit. Patrick Matthew. Patrick is absent today. Prerana Manikar. Siva Subramanian. And last but not least, Sumit Pramad. Yep.
All right, it's time for a picture. Come on, purple and gold. Don't be shy, just walk right up, get right up here in the front.
Sure. Good evening. Oh. Okay, well, we'll get going. Good evening. It's my honor as the principal of Julius Cordes Elementary to present to you students that have excelled, as you know, in their last year's CASP assessment. Our first student got a perfect score in both ELA and math. His mom happens to be one of our teachers, too. Adtharv Shiju. Oh, you get two. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, ELA. Perfect score in ELA, Anvita Radakanda. Perfect score in ELA, Isha Banu. Another perfect score in ELA, Karthik Butla. If they're not here, do I still say their name? Okay. Not here, but we'll recognize Mohitha Nandam. Perfect score in ELA, Shavika Kumar. Now on to math. Perfect score in math, Arush Prakash. Ansh Sharma. Arav Adlaka. Not here this evening, Chaitanya Lakshmana Reddy. Thank you. Perfect score in math, Derek Canute. Perfect score in math, Dheeraj Vudathala. Perfect score in math, Elina Fad. Perfect score in math, also Ishan Karpe. Perfect score in math, Harshita Pandi. Perfect score in math, Moksha Arun Mohan. Not here this evening, Radhima Salam. Thank you. Perfect score in math, Sai Laki. And perfect score in math, Sharanch Avuthu.
All right, kiddos, it's time to come up for a picture.
Well, come back over here, guys. Come on. Cordes.
Don't be shy, just come on in.
Once again, the perfect scores from Cordes Elementary.
Isha.
All right, we're very excited to announce the following students for CASP recognition from Wickland. First, Jennifer Thomas. Yeah, both. Oh, there we go. Next, Ariz Chaudhry. Next for ELA, Anirudh Anish. Our next student for ELA, Callie Reinerson. Our next student for ELA, Emma Whitkin. Our first math student, Arzu Mahib. Next, Aditi Moria. Next, Agamjit Ball. Next, Divya Sheshagiri. Next, Hasita Venkat Raman. Next, Giovanna Jimmy. And next, and last but not least, Pradyun Gaud Akala. And that is our Wickland CASP recognition students.
All right. Got quite a few students here. And our first perfect score is somebody who's scored a perfect score in all three areas. And that is Aditya Subramanian. Oh, you got three. Just kidding. Okay. There you go. All right, and scoring perfect score in ELA and math is Aryan Padori. And scoring perfect in both math and science. Actually, this one's out of order. In ELA and math is Pari Sharma. And scoring perfect score in math and science is Elizabeth Sue. Not here tonight, scoring perfect score in math and science would be Oswin Han. Also not here tonight, scoring perfect score in both math and science is Alex Ryan. All right, these are perfect scores in ELA. Lohita Kisapregada. And again in ELA, Miguel Bautista. And again in ELA, Tanish Dutta, who I don't think is here tonight. Let's see. Again, not here tonight, Anag Patil. And here tonight, this is for math now. All the rest are for math. And it is Chaitanya Chenapati. Ella Tai. Driti Chichila, who is not here tonight. Also not here tonight, Dhruv Gupta. And Gershan Brar, also not here tonight. Here tonight, Hamsika Natala. Ibrahim Nadim. Ikshit Gupta. Joshua Chiruku. Kushal Murthy. Kobe Go. Not here tonight, Mahima Johnson. Also not here tonight, Mahit Namburu. Not here tonight, Mark Horn. Also not here tonight, Rithvik Somashekar. Not here tonight, Sangini Gatati. All right. Here tonight, we have Shahiri Udin. Also here tonight, Sharan Batula. Also here tonight, Tharuka Kodituwaku. Here tonight, Vaishnavi Dulipala. Not here tonight, Vivan Bale. And last but not least, Zoe Nazarino. Oh, he did. Okay, and I think we have, who just walked in tonight, a double score in both math and science, Ryan Alex. There you go.
All right, high school kids, come on up.
It's okay. I got big hands. All the way down, guys. Some of you kneel down in front. You want me up there? How about I stand right here?
Maybe a couple people can kneel. Some of the boys can kneel in the front. Can you guys kneel in the front if you're, yeah, just so we can see everybody? Yeah. Perfect. Good job, guys.
On a knee, I like that. Okay, 10 seconds. All right, congratulations, high school.
A little much?
I got a little bit of.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a little much. Yeah.
That's a little much. What have you been doing with your keyboard?
I tried to just give a little squirt.
Sorry. Did I say that out loud?
You did.
I would run my hands through my hair to dry them, hands off, but that won't work.
Clean head, though.
Everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Ready?
Nope. Item 4, approval and/or corrections to the agenda.
There are none.
Move to approve the agenda.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Olson and a second by trustee Boulay, student trustee preferential vote.
Aye.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The motion carries with 5 ayes and no nays. Item 5, committee reports. A, District Advisory Committee, trustee Boulay.
Nothing to report.
Thank you. Item B, District English Language Advisory Committee, that's me. The next DLAC meeting is scheduled for January 26th here in the district office boardroom at 6:30. Item C, Education Committee, trustee Pombo.
Yes, the Education Committee met, and I forgot to put the date down, but it was a couple of weeks ago, and a presentation on ELOP was given by Assistant Superintendent Sharp, Director Saylor, and Coordinator Skelton presented on special ed curriculum. The meeting was well attended, and an informative Q&A followed the presentations.
Thank you, sir. Item D, Facilities Committee, Trustee Olson.
I'll defer to Trustee Pombo for this report.
Yes, we met last week and we were given updates on the water fill stations at the K-8s, cricket pitch at Bethany School, Cuesta Gym and other sites, light blocking curtains, solar panels at Cordis, tennis court agreement with MHCSD, which appears on this agenda, facilities use preferred user group, and that was about it.
Thank you, sir. Item E, Policy Committee, Trustee Daniel.
None to report.
Thank you. Item F, Safety Committee, Trustee Pombo.
Yes, the Safety Committee met a few weeks ago and we received site updates on their safety procedures. We were updated on the Safe Schools Summit that was held at the county. We reviewed site safety plans for the 2022-2023 school year and site safety drills. We were also given an update on safety upgrades at several of our campuses.
Thank you. Item G, Wellness Committee, Trustee Olson.
I just want to make a clarification or ask a clarifying question on the Wellness Committee. On my calendar, I have that it's not on the agenda, but that the next meeting is December 21st. Is that accurate for the Wellness Committee to report? Okay, so the next meeting will be on December 21st at 3:30 p.m. in the Professional Development Center.
Thank you. Item 6, Governing Board Reports. Student Board Member Selim.
Good evening. On November 4th, MHHS had its annual Biomed White Coat ceremony and NTHS induction, and our culinary students catered delicious snacks for everyone. After the ceremony, our seniors in the Biomed Capstone course presented their projects at the gallery walkthrough, and on November 5th, MHHS band and color guard went to Folsom High School and placed second in their competition. They also traveled to Lincoln High School on the 19th and placed second again, ending their season on a great note. Before Veterans Day, Cuesta Elementary had a guest speaker from the U.S. Army share the history of Veterans Day, his experience, and honor all the families and staff who served for our country. On November 16th, we had our fall sports banquet. All the sports awarded 3 athletes from their teams, and we all enjoyed delicious desserts made by our culinary class. The week of November 28th was Custodian Appreciation Week. Our leadership students made all of our custodian staff thank you cards with gift cards. And I would like to thank all our custodial staff for everything that they do. They're greatly appreciated. On December 2nd, I attended the CSBA Student Board Member Training in San Diego. It was a great experience, very informative, and I'm very fortunate to have received an opportunity like that. It was a day filled with workshops, networking, and learning more about the board and what we do. I got the chance to meet student board members from all over the state, and I learned a lot about my role as a student representative and how I can represent all the students in the best way possible. I also learned that not every district has this position, so I'm very grateful that our district not only includes this role, but prioritizes our student voices. And I'm excited to bring back what I learned, and I hope to share that with you all in the future. On December 1st and 2nd, the Synergy Dance Team and MHHS Dance Pathway hosted their fall production. I was not able to attend, but I saw the preview on Thursday during Success, and everyone was just wonderful. It just makes me more excited for the spring production. On December 8th, MHHS hosted the annual winter concert. In addition to our high school students performing, the middle school students from the K-8 schools performed with them, which I heard was a great experience for both parties. On December 9th, the MHHS Hackathon Club went to the Computer Science History Museum in Mountain View for an educational field trip. We ended the day with lunch at the Google Campus Park, and it was a great experience. All the students enjoyed checking out the exhibits and learning about the evolution of technology. Last week, the Black Student Union went to the African Museum in San Francisco. They met with BSU students from different schools in the area, and they all enjoyed networking with each other. And I want to conclude my report by giving a shout out to our counselors. They've been great support throughout the college application season for the seniors, and they were so supportive through the Wellness Center, hosting lunchtime activities and success sessions as finals week is approaching. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And as a comment, it's an honor to have you on the board, and to have you go down to the School Board Association. But I'm disappointed that we didn't get to have a dinner or a breakfast or a lunch with you. And so I would like to see what we could do in future CSBA conferences, early breakfast, a lunch, something, for the board and the student trustee, to share a meal and collaborate and all of that.
We'll do it. We'll work on it.
Thank you. Trustee Daniel.
On November 4th, I attended the capstone ceremony at the high school, and where the culinary department treated us with the yummy treats. So it's always a pleasure to be there. And congratulations to all the graduates. It was a very well organized ceremony. On November 5th, I attended the Diwali Mahotsav, and it was I would say, the final Diwali celebration, which we had for the entire month, and it ended very well. And a lot of our kids performed, so it was nice to see all the performances. From November 30th to December 3rd, I attended the CSBA conference with all the trustees, and it was a very good conference. And every time this is my second time going there, and every time I attend the conference, at every session I learned something new and useful. So I bring back it to our board, and I hope to apply it as we go forward. I also got a chance to meet some wonderful board members from other school districts, and I had very valuable discussions with them. On December 6th, I attended the Mountain House Safeway opening ceremony, the grand opening. It was so exciting to be there, and to see the wonderful new store. And I have to say that we were standing near the vegetable section. And I have to say that whoever arranged it, the arrangement was like an art piece. So, it was just so good to be there. And thanks to the Safeway Foundation for their generous donation to our school district. It's greatly appreciated. I also got to meet some of our past Mountain House High School graduates there who are currently working at Safeway. So we're having a lot of work opportunities there. That's great for us. On December 10th, at Hanson School, I attended the Mountain House Cricket Club All Men and Women Leagues Award Ceremony. It was very nice to be there because every team, every member, both men and women were recognized for their participation on the sport. And this was the second year that women got to play a chance on the cricket league. So congratulations to all of them. I also loved watching all the kids get inspired by their parents. So every time their parent got an award, the kids were there taking pictures. So it was nice to see that and the inspiration. I had a chance to talk with a custodian there that day, Juan, who was taking care of helping out with the ceremony. So I talked about the sport to him and explained. And I want to take a moment to thank him for, I did thank him that day, but also want to recognize him for being there on that rainy day. It was really raining, but he was there helping out. So thank you. And on December 14th, that's today, I got a chance to talk to Gloria. I met for an hour and discussed about the first interim financial report. There is so much to learn in that, but I really appreciate Gloria for taking the time to patiently explain all the different acronyms and the different terms. I appreciate your patience. Thank you so much, and thanks to the team. Last board meeting, I did bring the, we discussed about the food availability and the brunch, brunch discussion, what are the different sources of food available at Mountain House High School, and based off on the, the kids bringing up the concern. And I really appreciate that the board consensus was there for the survey, and I appreciate that the survey was sent out, and I'm really looking forward to the feedback from the survey. So that's something I'm looking forward to. So thanks for putting in the effort. I want to say all the very best to every high school kid who's going to take their finals. Do your best and do well. I would like to wish everyone at our school district, our teachers, staff, our community member, our students, a very happy holiday and enjoy your break. And last but not the least, I would like to thank everyone who supported me, voted for me, and have trusted me to be, and have given me the opportunity to be here for the next 4 years. I just want to say that I'm very grateful for the support, and I am going to do my very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Trustee Pombo?
Yes, on November 3rd, I, along with trustees Olson and Boulay and Superintendent Nicholas, attended the San Joaquin County School Board's dinner. On November 4th, I had the pleasure, along with trustee Boulay and Daniel, to attend the white coat ceremony and at Mountain House High School Theater. It was very impressive, and I very much enjoyed the hors d'oeuvres that the culinary arts provided. On November 9th, I attended the safety committee. On the 15th, I attended the education committee from on November 30th through December 3rd. The entire board, including student board member Sathya Seelam, attended the CSBA annual education conference. And as usual, I learned something in just about every session that I attended. On December 6th, trustee Daniel Boulay, along with myself and Superintendent Nicholas, attended the ribbon cutting at the new Safeway. LUSD Foundation was presented a check for $5,000 from Safeway. Thank you, Safeway. And on December 9th, my wife and I went to the Altamont Winter Festival. It was a very fun event, and I ended up winning a few auction items, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Pombo. Trustee Boulay?
Thank you. First, I do want to say that I am grateful to be up here to continue my service on the board for the next 2 years. And I also want to thank everyone who supported me in my campaign and who trusted me to make sound decisions for our students, our district, our parents, our community members. And again, I enjoy what I do, and I'm grateful to be here. Since it has been 6 weeks since our last board meeting, as you heard from our student trustee, there's been a lot going on. And so I'm going to kind of group my activities just together to kind of sort of keep it brief. So first, in terms of professional development and networking, I attended the San Joaquin County School Board's dinner. They had a great presentation on equity and grading, and I learned a lot. I completed the 5th and final Masters in Governance course hosted by the California School Board Association. And I also attended CSBA's annual education conference, and I really think that the professional development of board members is important. I'm grateful that we have these opportunities, not just to learn, but to build with our team, build with our colleagues, and to network with other board members from around the state. In terms of academics, I attended the National Technical Honor Society induction and white coat ceremony for the biomedical pathway students. And I think one of our strengths, one thing that I really like is that it wasn't just the biomedical pathway students. We were celebrating them, but there was 3 pathways there that were kind of working together. So in addition to the culinary arts pathway who hosted us with food, the digital arts pathway also created the logo that was on the white coats. So I think it's great how all the pathways are kind of cohesive and working together. I also attended the Mountain House High School winter concert, and this event also included the middle school orchestra students. It was great to hear all the different ensembles. It was very creative the way they had it set up. That theater was packed, so not only have we outgrown the boardroom, we've already outgrown our theater, sorry. But it was a great evening. In terms of sports and extracurriculars, I attended the cross-country San Joaquin Championship subsection qualifier, round 2 of the high school girls tennis division championship, the high school sports banquet for fall sports. I attended Wickland's drama production of Under the Big Top, which is always fabulous. They do great plays. And this Saturday, I attended WSF's Jingle All the Way 5K, which, despite the cold, wet, blustery weather, saw a record participation. I did not run. I was a cheerleader. But it was a great day. I was impressed at how many people came out, considering the weather was just so foul. And one more thing, yes. In terms of community events, I did attend the Safeway grand opening. Really appreciate their generous donation to the school district. So I am giving back to them by going to the store at least 3 times a week. And that's all I have to report.
Thank you, Trustee Poulet. Trustee Olson.
Yes, thank you. I attended, in November, I attended the CSBA dinner, as has been stated, the networking dinner, and I concur with Trustee Boulet's assessment that the speaker was great, talking about grading, and it's always great to get that professional development and work with other people who have experience in making important decisions for our students. And also in the month of November, I attended the I cannot remember which round of tennis it was because it feels like it has been so long ago, but I watched our tennis team play at home. It was intense. I just remember being very nervous and glad that I wasn't the coach because they're probably 100 times more nervous than I was, but I was very proud of the Lady Mustangs, and they played very well. I attended on November 16th the athletic banquet awards night, and as has been stated already, it was great to see the culinary program providing desserts and treats for the athletes. And also, it was really nice to meet all together in the main gym and hear about all the accomplishments of all the athletes instead of just specific teams. So it was nice to have that big meeting at the beginning and then it's branching out. And I learned that we have some wonderful athletes at this high school. On November 8th, I also attended the Costa Elementary beam signing, which was exciting for me. That was my first beam signing, and it was with Dr. Nicholas and Trustee Clements, Trustee Daniel, and Trustees Pombo and Boulay couldn't make it, but I made sure that their names got on the beam because I appreciate that opportunity to do that for them. And this past month, I attended the Mountain House Strings Choir and Symphonic Band concert in a packed theater, and it's really great to see the music program taking off. There was a chamber choir, a chamber orchestra, and a percussion ensemble that performed what sounded like they were performing in surround sound because they set up the instruments all around the theater, and it was a wonderful experience to sit in there and hear that live music. And then to the conclusion where all of the groups played together, I recorded that and I play it over and over again. I'm so proud of our students and the talent that they have. I also attended the CSBA Annual Education Conference and on November 30th through December 2nd, and I was glad that Trustee Clemens suggested having a dinner. I saw our student board member briefly in the exhibition hall, and it was so excited to see her, and it was so brief. She was on her way to an ice cream social, but it would be great to have some time to spend, even if it is just an early morning breakfast. But I really enjoyed the conference, and I just wanted to echo one thing that Trustee Boulay said about the professional development. I believe now we're four of us are Masters in Governance alumni, and I really, really can't speak highly enough of those courses, what they helped me do as a board member to know what my role is and how I can most effectively do what I should do as a board member and stay out of the way of things I shouldn't do. And I really appreciate those courses, and I'm glad that we have an organization out there that provides that education for us. And the conference was amazing. I attended classes on mental health, special education, legal issues facing districts, finance, and team building. And as Trustee Pombo said, I learned something in every class. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much, Trustee Olson. For my part, I also attended the beam signing at Evelyn Cost Elementary on November 8th. And as my peers have mentioned, I also attended the CSBA conference in San Diego last week. Again, it's always informative and educational. As in past years, I focused my learning on special education and equity because these topics are vitally important, and yet they are also some of the hardest to understand and provide leadership on and ensure that offerings and actions are appropriate for individual students, but also fit within the confines of budgetary staffing and time constraints. It's the Gordian knot, so I continue to focus my education there. I wanted to congratulate Trustee Daniel and Boulay on their election.
And you as well.
Yep.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you too.
Thank you. And I also wanted to thank the community for re-electing me to serve the community on this board for another 4 years. Serving this board for the last 8 years has been one of the greatest honors of my life, and I am grateful for the opportunity to serve for 4 more. Also, I wanted to thank my peers on the board for giving me the opportunity to serve as the board president for the last year. I have thoroughly enjoyed the experience, and I hope that I have lived up to your expectations and that which you deserve. After the past year, however, I find myself looking forward to the prospect of being a board member for the coming year. Finally, I want to wish a happy holiday season to all of the teachers, staff, students, parents, and community members. Happy holidays, everyone. Item 7, receiving a public comment. The entire board appreciates hearing from members of the community and public at large. To facilitate this, the board shall give members of the public an opportunity to address the board either before or during the board's consideration of each agenda item, Code Section 54954.3. At a time so designated on the agenda, members of the public may also bring before the board matters that are not listed on the agenda of a regular meeting. The board may refer such a matter to the superintendent or designee or take it under advisement, but shall not take action at that time. The board may place the matter on the agenda of a subsequent meeting or for discussion or action. Individual speakers shall be allowed 3 minutes to address the board on each agenda or non-agenda item. The board shall limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. Speakers will note that there are green, yellow, and red lights on the lectern, and there is a digital clock indicating the remaining time for each speaker. When the yellow or middle one lights up, the speaker has 1 minute remaining, so the speaker should begin to wrap up their comments and be able to finish at the end of their 3 minutes when the red light comes on. In order to be courteous and fair to other members of the community that have spoken at this meeting or previous meetings and have limited their comments to 3 minutes allotted, and to others who also want to speak in the future, I will unfortunately have to cut speakers off if they continue speaking after 3 minutes are up. I have 2 blue comment cards here, so in no particular order. Mr. Sachikant Chituri, by all means. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me. I am Satyakant Chituri. I'm the president of one of the cricket associations in Mountain House. So I want to talk about a few things that can be done to improve cricket in Mountain House. In neighboring cities, especially in Pleasanton and Dublin, cricket is included in kids' curriculum, the school curriculum. I wanted to bring it to your attention, the board's attention, if this can be considered in LUSD, because we have several kids who play cricket in and around Mountain House, and they go all the way to Fremont just to practice. And the captain of U.S. cricket team, women team, is from Livermore. So they are just here. And we have so many talented kids in Mountain House. And we believe if cricket infrastructure is improved in Mountain House, we will have someday some international player from Mountain House. By bringing, and as Vanita mentioned before, we had an award ceremony for men and women's fall league last week. We had more than 600 people playing in that. And this year we collaborated with Major League Cricket Academy, which is affiliated with US Cricket, to start kids coaching in Mountain House, and it's at the grassroots level. We are trying to establish Mountain House as one of the cities with cricket academy, because there's no cricket academy after Pleasanton and Sacramento. There's nothing in between. We are trying to get that established in Mountain House. For doing that, we need cricketing facilities. We know that there's an upcoming cricket ground coming in College Park school. We are thankful for that, and we have seen the master plan, and I think it will be a great cricket ground. But I also feel like in the Bethany, near the baseball field, the grass area, we can still have some cricket pitch or cages for cricket practice, which is, we measured it and we think that can be happening. And we also have somebody who is willing to sponsor in a public-private relationship like that. And also, cricket, we play all through the year, except when it rains. So we generate a lot of revenue for LUSD board. We feel like if the grounds can be maintained, it doesn't not take much, or if you guys can let us maintain the grounds by leveling the soil, it will avoid injuries to the players. We are already purchasing equipment, several $1,000 equipment in mats to make it a level plain ground. But there are some places where there are holes on the baseball diamond, especially in Hanson school ground. If that can be taken care of, injuries will be avoided, because some players had some injuries last year. To avoid that, we are doing our best, but we need some support from the LUSD board too. With that, I have only 12 seconds, and I'll take any questions if you guys have any, but we can stay in touch in emails. Okay, thank you. Any questions?
Can district staff follow up with him and get details on the field
Correct.
items? Thank you very much,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for your time.
And the second blue card that I have is, I can't read the writing, Venkata Sudhir Pakala. I know I butchered that name. What is your name, sir?
Yes, my name is Venkata Sudhir Pakala. It's a long name, though. You can address me as a Pakala.
I apologize.
No
With a
problem.
name like
yeah,
Colin,
it's a typical
that
name, though.
people
Yeah.
mispronounce colon.
No, that's fine.
I'm sensitive to it.
Right. First of all, actually, I would like to giving me opportunity here to coming from what exactly I'm going to tell, and then what exactly resolutions may take from LUSD board itself. It's very honored to be here, and then respected trustees and president, and then board members here. The similar concerns, actually, I am representing as a president for Mountain Horse Tracy Cricket Association. It is not limited to Mountain Horse and Tracy. We also play from all over Bay Area. But since we are located here, we are playing here. We don't have actually a 360 for 6 degrees cricket ground. So we are utilizing, actually paying the fees for LUSD and then parks grounds as well. So some of them grounds are actually good, and sometimes while playing it, and then because it's also played for the baseball, so conditions are not, sometimes it's not good. There's a lot of potholes. People is getting injured, so that's one of the concerns that we would like to request is there's a minimal maintenance. Only the pitch conditions, leveling it is a very minimal. You can able to do it, and also the lawn facilities. Actually, sometimes the grass goes, and it's inconvenient for us to play cricket as well sometimes. And also there's a sprinklers issues, so it's the sprinklers actually sprinkling the more water actually is unfavorable conditions to play. And as we play 4 leagues in a whole year, it's like all 365 days, and then in the weekends we do play. The conditions, actually, we The second one is actually all these, the leveling the potholes, the grass maintenance and then sprinklers issues would be considered, and then the minimum maintenance with minimal money, actually it will be playable condition, so it will reduce the injuries as well. And the second condition which I have is because we play from the morning 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. So it's like, 3 leagues, 3 teams or 6 teams will play in 3 different time points. For them, actually, it's a minimum facility to have the players to have using the restroom during the periods, because most of the LUSD grounds and the park grounds, we do have some of them actually the public restrooms, we utilize it, but for them we wanted to facilitate or use it. We take care of whatever the custodian related thing, because while only 6 months it's open to use the function of custodian for indoors but not the outdoors. So I would like to request getting the access for the using the restroom for the players, that would be more convenient. And then now we have a women players, and then we have kids. We are launching it here. It's a very difficult for the kids to holding for 4 years using going outside to use the restrooms. It's very convenient. That's a humble request from our side for our players, for the women and kids to use the restrooms as well. Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. Please do consider those things, and then help us, and then we can work as a symbiosis as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And thank you both for coming and speaking. And again, if district staff could follow up. Do we have your contact information? Great, thank you. Item 8, consent items for consideration. A, governing board meeting minutes for the regular meeting on November 2nd, 2022, and the special meeting on November 30th, 2022. Item B, contracts under $50,000. Item C, ratification of the 2022-2023 new hires. Item D, ratification of resignations. Item E, updated 2022-2023 fundraisers. Item F, ratification of budget revisions and warrant list for October and November 2022. Item G, ratification and appointment of Facilities Committee community member Munir Udine. Item H, approval of early high school graduation or reduction of graduation requirements petitions for 1 student. Item I, ratification of school-sponsored overnight trips. Item J, acceptance of donations. $1,319.51 from Pebble Tanwar and the Mountain House community for a memorial bench at Lammersville Elementary School to remember David Dante Pombo, son of David Pombo. And item 2, $150 from Samik Modi to Mrs. Rodriguez's kindergarten class at Hanson Elementary School.
Move to approve consent items.
Second. It was a tie.
I'm going to give that to Trustee Olson. Student trustee preferential vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Any additional discussion or comment?
I would just like to make a comment on item J, the acceptance of donations. I would like to thank Pebble and everyone else that was involved in making the bench possible. I'm truly honored and grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And if I may say on behalf of just about everyone, we are incredibly sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The motion carries with 5 ayes and no nays. Trustee Olson, as the board clerk, would you do the honors?
Yes, we'd like to welcome the following new hires to the Lammersville family. Tharini Agnamuthu, Industrial Aid Noon Duty Supervisor. Tracy Bell, Personnel Technician. Selena Esker, Custodian 2. Ruby Holden, Bilingual Instructioner Aide. Yolanda Ledesma, Instructional Aide. Caleb McGinnis, Custodian 2. Faith Rodriguez, IT Technician 2. Sophie Sunny, Instructional Aide. Tia Nicole Torrio, Physical Education Teacher, and Shanna Wagstaff, Food Service Worker. Welcome to Lammersville.
Thank you very much. Item 9, District Administrative Reports. A, Superintendent's Report. Dr. Nicholas?
Yes, I have a few items. early last week, I was received a letter from the Public Policy Institute of California, who are working in partnership with the University of California, Berkeley, and they want to study our school district in concert with what will be 9 school districts throughout the state. And I had a meeting with them, a Zoom meeting with them yesterday or the day before. And what they're trying to do is they've identified different types of district, big and small, rural, urban. Ours is considered mid-sized, middle-class district who have indicators that they made it through the pandemic successfully, and they're gathering information about what those things were. So we are going to start a partnership with them. They're going to donate $1,000 to our foundation for our participation. It will require a small number of staff at the senior leadership level and a couple of principals to share what we've done. Their focus was, how did we allocate funds, and what did we do that we think contributed to the successful entry, survival, and exit of COVID-related pandemic experience. So we're excited about that. We've been wanting Stanford or Berkeley to come tapping at the window, and they finally did. So we're excited about that. So I'll have more to report over time, but we were honored to be considered. The second thing here is we have there was a mention of an art display that's associated with vegetables. And it's over here in the picture right there that we're presenting right now. And of course, the screens went off. But we want to, first of all, thank Safeway, who presented us with a real check that's already been deposited of $5,000, which will go to our education foundation. And there's the picture right there in support of student programs. Thirdly, we have a nice little vignette. I'm going to call it a vignette because it's not particularly long, but it is a video vignette of our beam signing experience. So we'll have Noel play that. The weird-looking guy in the blue shirt has blue eyes, and the sun was killing him.
Costa School is part of a master plan of the Mountain House community. So each one of the school-producing villages is intended to be a walkable space between the home and the school. We're going to have about 950 students here, and they will be getting our progressive 21st century classroom experience, one-to-one computers, technology-based instruction, and highly trained teachers.
We're here for the beam signing. It's an opportunity for the district staff and the various players to sign the beam, but to me, the importance of that is, like what I do is I write a positive message to all the children that are going to climb those stairs during the course of the life of that school, and this is my way of wishing them well.
So that was put together. Oh, go ahead.
Thank you.
The beam signing ceremony is always fun. And that was put together by the Roebland Construction Media Wing, and they're really proud of their work here in town. They've built a number of facilities for us, so we really like our partnership with them. And last but not least, we got a little special something in the mail that we wanted to give to Trustee Boulay, which is her formal certificate for her completion of her MIG classes and her Master's in Government.
Thank you.
And Mr. President, that is my presentation.
Thank you very much, sir. Item B, district enrollment report.
Yes, our district enrollment is 7,533 students.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to congratulate Dr. Nicholas and our district and all the teachers and every student out there for working so hard during the pandemic that we have been selected one among the 9. That's an achievement. So great job. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you. I'm sorry, I missed the enrollment number.
7,533 students.
Thank you. Item C, district maintenance and operations report. Staff report.
Good evening, thanks for having me. Yesterday I walked several sites. We're in need of window coverings at several different schools. We have some that are broken, and we've had some windows that have never had them. So we have, I believe it's 27 sets of window blinds that we're going to be ordering for schools. Yesterday I also walked Bethany. If you recall, several years ago, we did a bunch of carpet replacement at Bethany. We did not do the 500 wing or the 600 wing, the back two wings, and we did not do the band rooms either. So we had a quote for that. We never got the work done. We're going to dust out that quote and get it to you guys for approval and hopefully get that work done this summer. On Monday, I met with the new pest control. Me and my Aria met with a potential new pest control vendor. We currently use two different vendors, one to handle the bugs and stuff, one to handle the gophers and whatnot. This vendor will do both. We've got mixed results with our current vendors. They service several districts in the area. The biggest one being Manteca. So we might be making a switch, save a little money, and maybe get a little better service for the district. Also Monday, I met with our HVAC vendor. We got an annual check-in with them. I've been having my meetings at the high school with the vice principal. We had our meeting last Friday. We're going to do some upgrades, hopefully to the main gym. And our next meeting is going to be after the holiday break. I was at the facilities committee meeting last week, and I was at the safety committee last month. Update our projects. So I'm happy to report Thor actually received a letter today from MID. It's a permission to operate the solar panels at Mountain House High School. The letter stated, and I quote, "Your new solar system has been interconnected with your MID electric service and is ready to operate." So that's good news for everybody. I talked to the contractor today. They hope to have everything cleaned up next couple weeks and be completely gone from the high school campus. I'm sure they'll be happy that they'll be gone. I hear things. So hopefully by the time the kids come back after break, it'll be a distant memory and we'll have the solar panels in the parking lot. So. And then once I finish the high school, it'll be finished the next school. The only one left is Cuesta, so they'll be working on Cuesta next. I was at the construction meeting today for Costa. We had a couple-hour meeting out there today. Our next meeting is next Wednesday. We're not going to have a meeting over the holidays. So things are going well out there. If you haven't been out to Costa lately, I encourage you to drive by. Lots of great things going on. Really looks like a school. The contractor's doing a great job. So tomorrow I have my Drive to 9,000 training. I believe it's our third session, something like that, with Noel's in my group. And then staffing update, we have 2 positions to fill. We did interviews on last week for the warehouse custodian position for here in the warehouse. We offered the position to a person. I don't believe he's accepted it yet, or he's on the fence about maybe taking it, so we might have that filled, knock on wood. And then we still have the evening position at Wickland to fill. Other than that, that's all I have. Happy to answer any questions.
You mentioned window coverings at several of the schools. Does that include window coverings to block the light in the MPRs, or is
that's a whole different project? Like we talked about the facilities committee last week, just so everybody knows, the request came in to talk about the upper windows in the multi-purpose room at Cuesta and also at Altamont. We discussed some challenges at the facilities meeting last week. Cuesta has some different odd shapes to cover and some supporting beams are kind of in the way. We're looking for solutions to that. I've actually asked Roblin, who's building Costa Elementary, to find out who they use for that type of thing. They'll potentially need to be electrical up there and other things going on. So it's a little bit beyond what our normal window covering vendor does. So that's where we're at with that.
I was just going to congratulate you on getting right on that and taking care of it in 3 days.
I'm sorry, I can't take credit for that. We haven't got a solution for that yet.
I assumed you didn't, but I just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments, concerns from the board?
Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Happy holidays to you all.
You as well, sir. Item 10, action items. A, consider approval of 2022-2023 inter and intra-district transfer requests. By tradition, there is no staff report.
Move to approve 2022-2023 inter and intra-district transfer requests.
Second.
That was Trustee Daniel, right?
Yep.
Okay, thanks. Based on a motion by Trustee Pombo and a second by Trustee Daniel.
Point of order, please. Can I just make a comment? Sorry. A comment before we move to, can I just clarify that the inter and intra-district transfers are at the request of the parents for a variety of reasons, for moving students from one school to another or one district to another, not the district moving students out because we have no space. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
We do have a process that's an overflow process that's nothing to do with this. But yes, in this specific question, the answer is specifically yes.
Thank you.
Point of clarification. The overflow process that you talk about is within the district. We don't ship kids out of the district because we don't have room. Is that correct?
No, and I can speak universally for all education in school districts, is nobody wants to lose their kids, so they say no. Unless it's an extremely unique situation, and there are the typical answer is no.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Based on a motion by trustee Pombo and a second by trustee Daniel, student trustee preferential vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Any additional discussion or comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries with 5 ayes and no nays. Item B, consider approval of the tennis court agreement with Mountain House Community Services District. Staff report?
Yes, we're strongly recommending continuing this agreement. It's similar in our partnership with the use of the pool that's happened in the past. It opens the door for public use of the school or of the school's tennis courts, and with some fee forgiveness on one side, there is a fee collection that's given back as a result of the people who get to use the tennis courts outside of our school. So we strongly recommend continuing this agreement.
Move to approve the tennis court agreement with the Mountain House Community Services District.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Olson and a second by trustee Boulay, student trustee preferential vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Any additional discussion or comment?
I would just like to share for the rest of the board, we discussed this contract at the most recent facilities committee meeting, and it was shared by staff that there have been no problems at the tennis courts. Everything is running smoothly. There's been no damages, no issues of any sort. And so the facilities committee made the recommendation that this come to the full board.
And I would like to thank the community for being so respectful and really taking this opportunity to show a great partnership can work if they treat the facilities well, and so I'm grateful that that's the report.
I would concur with that. When I first got on the board, if you'll recall, many of us were around at that time where we opened the track up briefly. And within days, parents had their kids riding bicycles on the track and trikes, and they were throwing the bike. If it was locked, they threw the bikes over, and we had to shut it down because that track is expensive. I forget how much
At the time, it was $750,000, but I'm sure as resurfacing it would be much more today.
Yeah, and so maybe this is a springboard. Maybe future things can happen. I don't know. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries with 5 ayes and no nays. Item C, consider approval of the first interim financial report for the 2022-2023 school year. Staff report?
Yes, this is one very important step along a 4-step process of the budget annually. I want to thank Assistant Superintendent Grijalva and our Director of Fiscal Services, Alvina Kaiser, for their hard work and their team. We are always in a very good financial standing, and the best thing we get a couple times a year is we can pay our bills for this year and the 2 years out. But this is an adjustment to the original budget based on real enrollment numbers, and they've done a great job putting our numbers together.
Move to approve the first interim financial report for the 2022-2023 school year.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Pombo and a second by trustee Daniel, student trustee preferential vote?
Aye.
Additional discussion or comment, I would add my thanks. I know something about how much work it is to put something like this together, so I would like to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Additional discussion or comment from the board?
I just want to agree as well. That's a lot of pages, a lot of numbers, and we're looking pretty solid. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to add that too. And again, I just want to reiterate how much of information there is towards the budget. And I just feel that the amount of effort that you're putting into the 150-page document that's been given to the state, along with making sure that we have a savings too, that's just incredible. So thank you so much for taking care of each and every bit, and kudos to Dr. Nicholas and your team, and great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries with 5 ayes and no nays. Item D, consider approval of revised governing board 2022-2023 special meeting date, June 20, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. Staff report?
Yes, this is an annual special meeting we hold. It allows, it's a hearing on the budget cycle, and it's also an LCAP public presentation. It just happened to fall on Juneteenth, which is a national holiday, and so we can't have it on the national holiday, so we're asking the special board meeting to be moved to that Tuesday, June 20th.
2023, I think we need to correct
Oh,
that.
that would be correct, because, yes.
We can't go back in time.
We could not.
My time machine broke.
Thank you for that correction.
If I could turn back time.
Move to approve the revised governing board 2022-2023 special meeting date as amended.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Boulay and a second by trustee Olson, student trustee preferential vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Additional discussion or comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries with 5 ayes and no nays. Item E, consider approval of Comcast Business One E-rate service proposal. Staff report?
Yes, the One E-rate service proposal is wide area network. I have a lot of words that I can make up about what that does, but it's technology based. It's we had 2 bidders. We chose the one we work with following appropriate process. And this allows us to take funds that we get following the E-rate process and apply them to this particular proposal.
Move to approve Comcast Business One E-rate service proposal.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Pombo and a second by trustee Boulay, student trustee preferential vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Additional discussion or comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries with 5 ayes and no nays. Item F, consider approval of the 2022-2023 contract with Informed K-12 not to exceed $51,196. Staff report?
One of the challenges that we face as a district that no one ever sees is evolving up to scale. And every time we roll out a set of systems, about 2 years later, the size of the district renders them obsolete or puts them under such pressure that they sag. A few years ago, we embarked on a paperless journey in the name of efficiency and just imagine, and it was like this in my previous district, which was a large urban district, where papers were being passed from desk to desk to desk to desk. And we have computers now, and you can pass it from click to click to click to click. So we have already transitioned significant portions of business and HR to paperless. This is a newer tech company that has a much better system for creating forms online. We're really excited about this because this is going to speed up our transition. And we talk about the drive to 9,000 and training our people, but this is part of that, which is if we're not efficient, we're going to go from 550 employees to 850 employees in a short period of time, and we have to get there fast. So we're very excited about recommending this. It will help us with our paperless project and efficiencies.
Move to approve the 2022-2023 contract with Informed K-12 not to exceed $51,196.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Olson and a second by trustee Daniel, student trustee preferential vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Additional discussion or comment?
I just want to say that the paperless technology, this particular one, I'm really thrilled about too. I'm excited for our district about it because this is going to definitely save a lot of manual effort. So great job to Sarah and her team for thinking through this because this is more of a HR related input. So great job on that. and definitely I'm looking forward to seeing how it works. And would like to know the feedback on how much time we are saving. No, I'm just, yeah. Thank you.
Any additional discussion or comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries with 5 ayes and no nays. Item G, consider approval of variable term waiver for certificated employees. Jeremy Blackburn, Career Technical Education Digital Arts Teacher at Mountain House High School. Kristen Caldwell, Career Technical Education Business Teacher, Mountain House High School. Padmavati Jawahar, Career Technical Education Computer Science Teacher, Mountain House High School, and I apologize for what I know is a mispronunciation on that. Item 4, Fatma Hammam, Career Technical Education Computer Science Teacher, Mountain House High School. 5, Jody Larson, Career Technical Education Culinary Teacher, Mountain House High School. Staff report?
Yes, we always, every year we bring forward some list of variable term waivers. This group of folks in career technical ed are missing a component of the credentialing process tied to English learners. This allows us to keep our career technical ed program going with people who have expertise of some level in those areas. And we strongly recommend this. This is something that happens as a result of the credential vision of the state and the reality of people with credentials. There has to be some in between where we can keep it moving and keep providing the programs to the kids.
Move to approve the variable term waiver for certificated employees. Jeremy Blackburn, Kristen Caldwell, Padmavati Jawahar, Fatma Haman, and Jody Larson.
Second.
Based on a motion by trustee Boulay and a second by trustee Olson, student trustee preferential vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Additional discussion or comment?
I would like to just understand one thing. Actually, I talked about this with Dr. Nicholas already, but I wanted to bring it up during the meeting so that the community also hears about it. So my question to Dr. Nicholas was, we are trying to fill the credential teachers with our certificated teachers. So on what basis did we get to choose them or give them this opportunity? Was there a performance review, or on what basis are we doing that? So I know you explained to me, but I would like the community to.
So anyone who works for us as a teacher falls under the provisions of the Teachers Association contract and the agreement for how the evaluation process is conducted. Within that, there is a scheduled observation conducted by a trained administrator in which feedback is provided on performance. Over the course of a year, there are additional observations. You can have formal and informal, both with variable term waiver individuals and long-term credentialed tenured teachers. It's the professional obligation of all administrators that they're in classrooms, and is the expectation of this district that our principals are actively engaged in instruction conversations with all of our teachers. But we have taken it to the next level and tied principal expertise in observation conversations to our award-winning walking and talking instruction program, so that the conversation is not top-down, but it's a collegial conversation about best practices. So the observation in the contract is about, are you doing your job? And our system is about, how can we teach best? We have both.
Great. Thank you so much for explaining that. Thank you.
Yep, that's a great question. After 8 years, I've heard that particular discussion a few times, so I forget. It's easy for a board member to forget that the community, may not have heard it. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Any additional discussion or comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries with 5 ayes and no nays. Item H, consider approval of Governing Board Resolution 22-23-06, approving a financing plan for the construction of Evelyn Costa Elementary School and declaring the intention to reimburse expenditures from the proceeds of obligations to be issued by the district for Lammersville Joint Unified School District Community Facilities District number 2019-1, Mountain House School Facilities. Staff report?
First of all, a lawyer wrote that. District staff did not. The reality is this, the College Park project is a very complicated one. There are more than one developer. We had to fight an epic battle with one developer to procure funding for the first half of the school. The system for funding K-8 schools in Mountain House based in the master plan is Melrose bonds are sold and state construction funds are acquired from the state. That system worked really well until about 2014. And since then, we have been chasing money because the state funding mechanism is 2 to 3 years behind. What this resolution is a stopgap plan to allow us to procure the second half of the funding to pay our leaseback contract with Roebling Construction while we negotiate with the developers who have yet to complete the approvals process so that we can sell Melrose bonds for the second half of the project. And so this is just a formal way of saying this is how we'll fulfill the contract with the contractor, and that we will reimburse back when the Melrose funds come in. We anticipate late 23, early 24.
Move to approve a financing plan for the construction of Evelyn Costa Elementary School and declaring the intention to reimburse expenditures from the proceeds of obligations to be issued by the district for Lammersville Joint Unified District Community Facilities District number 2019-1, Mountain House School Facilities.
Second.
Thank you. Based on a motion by trustee Olson and a second by trustee Daniel, student trustee preferential vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Additional discussion or comment?
I just want to say reading through the documents, Dr. Nicholas, very much appreciate all the work you do behind the scenes. As Trustee Clements often says, underwater, all the churning that you do, because this kind of reading is something that you just do all the time, and on behalf of our students and community to get these schools built, and I'm just very appreciative. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Any additional discussion?
Concur.
Yeah, amen. Point of clarification, this motion requires a roll call vote, correct?
Yes.
Then we'll waive the voice vote and proceed directly to roll call, please.
Lisa Boulay.
Aye.
Colin Clements.
Aye.
Anita Daniel.
Aye.
Stephanie Olson.
Aye.
David Pombo.
Aye.
The motion carries with 5 ayes and no nays. Item I, consider approval of CSBA Delegate Assembly nomination for Region 8A, David Pombo. Staff report?
CSBA has been good to us, and if Mr. Pombo becomes a delegate, we get access up the chain into Sacramento area, which is a good thing for all of us.
Move to approve of CSBA Delegate Assembly nomination for Region 8A, Trustee Pombo.
Second.
Third.
Well, I'd definitely be the fifth wheel if I voted no on that bad boy. Based on a motion by trustee Daniel and a second by trustee Olson and thirded by trustee Boulay, student trustee preferential vote?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Additional discussion or comment?
I would just like to thank my fellow board members for having trust in me, I guess.
I actually do have a question in terms of marketing our candidate. Is there a plan for that? Is that something we do other than talking to our board members in local community or neighboring communities?
It's my
Maybe get his name
understanding
out.
the way it happens is every year there's a group of names that come by and each board votes for the names. So I guess friends on other boards in other districts contacted it with a pat on the back for our candidate would probably be a way to sway some votes.
Thank you.
If it would be possible to get a list of the districts that do not have a horse in the race, I would be willing to go speak at public comment at not to districts that have a horse in the race, that have a candidate that they're, because I think it probably be a waste of time. But the districts that don't, I'd be willing to go speak at public comment.
If I recall, there are 2 candidates, correct?
But others could be nominated just like we did Mr. Pombo.
But they picked 2, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think there's 2. So if there was a list of 4 candidates, they pick 2 of 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
it might be.
There's 14 districts in San Joaquin County.
Well, I didn't say. I just said
I'd be willing to go to some.
I mean,
so we're District 8. Trustee Pombo is our nomination for District 8, and only District 8 board members vote for District 8. It's sort of like area voting,
right,
if you will.
Right.
Okay.
That's my understanding.
Yeah.
Correct.
Region 8A.
Yeah, we're Region
Okay.
8A.
So where would we be able to find the other nominations?
We'll make some contact. I know the person who leads this process, and so we can reach out to him.
Okay, awesome.
So more to follow on that, but whatever we can do to help.
Yep.
Thank you.
So I don't know where I was.
Have we thirded that yet?
Yeah, oh, that's right. Thirded, and I think we did student trustee preferential, and I asked for additional comment, and that's what started all this. And I was going to say it anyway, so I'll say all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries with 5 ayes and no nays.
Thank you.
Item 11, information and discussion items. A, Mountain House High School Food Services Survey. Staff report?
Yes, Director Bustatel is going to come up and give a report. The board had given a direction to staff to reach out about food availability and food access understanding of their students.
Good evening, President Clements, trustees, Dr. Nicholas. Thank you for having me. So as Dr. Nicholas shared, we received direction to go ahead and make sure that we had accurate information about how our students were doing, in particular at the high school. So we did develop a survey in response to that. We wanted to verify food security, identify student preferences, to verify student awareness of the available options and identify potential areas of need. So the survey was sent out on November 10th and remained open through November 18th. It was talked about in the students' advisory period classes to make sure that all students had an awareness that there was an optional survey that they could participate in. And the total survey was about 16 questions, but I'm just providing the overall summary tonight. So for one of our questions, we wanted to know who were the students that were responding to our survey. So you see our largest group is our freshman students, but overall we had a 12.3% response rate across the school. So 264 responses, and our population at the high school at the time of the survey was 2,146 students. So the one thing that we wanted to make sure that students were aware of is that they were able to access free breakfast and lunch daily. And you can see that there was an overwhelming response that students are aware of that option. And that's in large part due to our Mountain House High School staff and our fantastic food services team, that they did a great job communicating that information to students, to staff, and to the community. So there was awareness that we clearly see evidenced in the student responses. Another question that we did ask is if students eat breakfast. And so you see we got a wide range of other responses from students, but overall 85.2% of our students that responded confirm that they are eating breakfast in the mornings. And so that's a positive thing, because we know students eating breakfast in the morning gets their brains going, and we need all of those things to be able to function when you have period 1 math. And so we are very happy to see that our students are eating first thing in the morning. So 56.4% of the students reported eating at home, 23.9% ate at school, 4.9% reported that they eat on the way to school, and then we have some students that reported that they eat in all 3 of those places. They eat at home, on the way, and then they get the snacks, breakfast number 2 or 3 at school.
That would have been me in high school.
We did ask the students if they're bringing food from home, because again, we wanted to confirm food security for students. So students are reporting that they're bringing breakfast. Overwhelming number of the responses are reporting that they're bringing a snack to have throughout the day, and some of our students are reporting that they're bringing their lunch. But we see that our students are bringing items from home in addition to the items that they're accessing at school. When we went through, our food service staff at the high school does a great job, and there's like this really wide range. If you look at any of the menus of the offerings, from fresh fruit to bagels to breakfast sandwiches, breakfast pizza, the little grab-and-go parfaits, but by far the favorite choice that the students selected was the cinnamon rolls. So if you have not had a cinnamon roll at the high school, seems like that might be the way to go. But what the survey confirms is that students do have access to food all throughout the school day. The next question was if students find it difficult to eat in the morning. So 54.9% of the students that responded said that is not the case. 40.5% said it is. And then a number of the students that responded, that you can see in the answers that they're reflected, but then also on the second page, is that sometimes students are saying, oh, I just oversleep, or I forget, or, you know, students being students. And so they were very honest with some of their open-ended responses that they provided to us. So our students are doing well. We did ask a question about how many meals per day the students are eating, and most of our students are eating 3 meals per day. We have some that are eating 2. We have 10.6% of the students that responded are having more than 3 meals, and then we do have that one section that is 1 meal per day, and that did represent 6 students that responded to the survey that report that they're having 1 meal. Some of the other responses that went with that, though, is sometimes students were indicating that they were fasting, for whether it's, you know, that's kind of a thing right now for some students. They're wanting to do intermittent fasting, and so that was something that was reflected in their answers. If you're hungry during school, would you consider using a vending machine during passing period? And so 76.1% of the students responded positively to that. And so I'll share some additional information about that later. So overall, we found that there is an overwhelming majority that the students are aware of the daily free breakfast and lunch options. Students do show a preference for the hot items or the quick service items. There wasn't an overwhelming number of students that wanted the fresh fruit. You know, if they were wanting the parfait that might have a little bit of fresh fruit on it, or the cinnamon rolls and things like that. Many students are bringing snacks or other food items from home. Students do have consistent access to food at school and at home. Students attending Success may not have received the preferred choice. However, especially at our high school, there is a wide range of high quality options for our students to choose from, and so students do still have access. And then also there is increased need for supervision to make sure that students aren't cutting the line, because that was a frustration that some students shared, is that students, they might be waiting and then someone else scoots in, and then they might end up leaving the line because they don't want to be late to class, because we know our students are very conscientious. Solutions, continuing to recruit and hire additional food service staff. I know that's ongoing because we want to make sure that we're fully staffed, not just at our high school, but at all of our kitchens. Recruit and hire an additional campus supervisor, which we are already well through that process, and that's going to help with the supervision of students to monitor lines and make sure everyone's playing fair and playing by the rules when they're going to get their snack, their lunch, or their breakfast. Partnering with campus security to ensure lines move quickly, because we have adult supervision out front that allows those that are serving our students behind the windows to be able to focus on that task at hand, whether it's grabbing whatever items they want or checking the students out. They're not having to play both roles. And then to continue following up on the purchase of vending machines. And so that is something that our Director of Food Services, Bernie Hill's already been taking care of. She's already pursuing that. Similar to like a lot of other things that we're experiencing, there's a little bit of a backlog of the availability. Once those do come in, students would be able to use their Easy Pay lunch accounts to purchase items from the vending machine. And that would also give students free access to some of the free food items during identified portions of the school day. So there would be things like if their parents put money on the accounts to buy, I forget the little sparkling soda waters, the Switch, they could buy those, or they could purchase the free items that are provided, like the waters and things like that. There's identified items that would be free to students regardless. All right, does anyone have any questions for me?
I would like to say that it's an incredible presentation. Thank you for taking time to put together the information that you gathered from the 264 students, and also letting us know, like, before the solutions, what was the, that was about the feedback, right? Before this?
Oh.
It was
the findings.
Yeah, awesome. So I really like how you put together this, and it makes me feel as a trustee and as a mom and as a community member that the kids are, most of them who have responded are having their breakfast, and they are aware of the food options at school that are available. And I also like the increased supervision that has been noted and is also part of a solution. So thank you so much for taking the input from 264 students, even though not, out of 2,000 plus students, I understand 264 responded. So thank you so much for taking the time towards this. And to all the students and the community, I just want to say, first of all, thank you to the 264 who responded towards this. But I just want to also add, so these surveys, not just this, but any survey that we send to the students, we would like to listen. We would like to hear you. So I would just request if more of you participated, that would be great to give us an overall picture, but I appreciate those who took the time and effort to do this, but we want to listen to you. We want to help you out. We are here to help you out. So please allow us to give us an opportunity to listen to you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'd like to also thank you for your the presentation, and I'm uplifted by the responses, and kudos to our high school staff and our high school food staff and Director Bernie Hill. I think they're doing a great job in offering lots of different options, offering things that high school kids are acceptable to high school kids in the limited time that they have, something that they can grab, something that they can go. My son did come home this afternoon with a ham sandwich sticker on his chest, so he is now known as Ham Sandwich. But it sounds like there are some great strides being made, but I think we already had a solid foundation, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I concur. I think we had a solid foundation, but I love that district staff never rests on their laurels. They always will strive to be the very best they can be. But my daughter said that she didn't want to wait in the long line after success, so I tried the vegetarian option, and it was actually really good. And so I think that the options that the students may not want to try or think that's not as popular, they're still good. And so I appreciate the food services staff for providing good food for the kids to eat.
Thank you very much for the presentation. I want to make sure that I understand correctly the findings, because my understanding was that food was available.
Yes, correct.
At the school.
Correct.
Not just at home, at the school.
Correct.
And that as a result of this, I mean, regardless of what the questionnaires say, right? We went through and we said, is food available at the appropriate times, or did we miss something? Because some of the comments that I heard from students were, food isn't available. And so my question, and I didn't see the answer here, is, was food available to students?
Yes.
Either at the snack shack or in the cafeteria, in the multi-purpose room? The answer is yes, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I think that my boys, I obviously have a lot of respect for my boys. I love them. I don't think they're any better or worse than any students, but I can't tell you the number of times that I have seen them go to the refrigerator, open the refrigerator, look, shut the refrigerator, go to the pantry, open the pantry, look, shut the pantry, and say, there's nothing to eat. And it's not that there's nothing to eat. It is that there's nothing that they wanted to eat. But they define it as there's nothing to eat. And the one thing that came out of this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To me, the most important one that came out of this is the 5th bullet point. When I was in school, if your schedule was such that you got to the cafeteria, because that's what we called it at the time, after all the good stuff was gone, you ate what was left. And that was just all there was to it. Better luck with your schedule next year. But the students attending Success, we don't want to create a disincentive for them to attend Success. Success is incredibly important. And I think it's part of the it's part of the success that we've experienced at the high school, right? And so being able to acknowledge, being able to see that and say, oh, well, you know what? Maybe we need to hold some of those back for after, and release them after Success, children and the students in Success can go. I thought that was the one most resounding thing to me, saying, well, I didn't really like it when my schedule, but, created a situation where I got there and all the good stuff was gone and I got what was left. But we still can't guarantee students that what they want will be available when they want it. It is just a bridge too far. And I think what this has shown is that the claim, I am hungry because there is no food available, is not actually an objective fact. Do we agree with that as a board? Okay. Great. I just wanted to make sure, because that's what I was hearing, and I like the change on Success, but I just want to make sure. Any other questions, comments, concerns by the board?
I'm craving a cinnamon roll now, though.
I know, right? Item B, DARE graduations. Staff report, sorry.
There's just a new drop of dates, so we wanted to inform the board.
Any questions, comments, concerns? Great. Item 12, calendar. A, Friday, December 23rd, 2022 through Monday, January 2nd, 2023, winter break. The district office will be closed. Item B, Monday, January 16th, 2023, district holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Item C, Wednesday, January 18th, 2023, is the Safety Committee meeting at 3:45 p.m. District Office Boardroom. Item D, Wednesday, January 18th, 2023, is the next regular Governing Board meeting at 7 p.m. here in the District Office Boardroom. Item 13, Annual Reorganization of Governing Board Officers. In the 8 years I've been on the board, I haven't really liked the way that potential officers were nominated or voted on. By tradition, the first person nominated must be voted on first, which seemed to me to create this race to nominate a given candidate first, because then your candidate gets considered first.
I would like to nominate.
Yep, of course. And I decided that, whoever's president after me, because it is not going to be me, can do it however they want, but I decided I wanted to change it. So before the board meeting, I had Noel turn over 4 Post-it notes with the 4 other board members' names to create the orders, kind of like the registrar of voters does to determine the order on the ballot. So it doesn't matter whether you're first, second, or third to nominate a candidate. So the process will be the following. 1, nominations for the office will be accepted and noted until no additional nominations are forthcoming. 2, each candidate will be discussed and voted on in the order that was randomly selected earlier this evening. 3, once a candidate has received a majority vote, they are the officer-elect for that position, and no additional candidates for the positions will be considered or voted on. So we'll go through the process of voting on the next president and then clerk and so on. So, Item 1, call for nominations for board president. Are there any nominations for board president?
I nominate Trustee Pombo.
Second.
Third.
Well, that makes that kind of irrelevant. That's great. Based on a motion by Trustee Boulay and a second by Trustee Olson and a third by Trustee Daniel. Trustee preferential vote?
Aye.
Oh, come on. Be a rebel. Say no. No. Thank you very much. Additional questions, comments by the board? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, item 2, nominations for board clerk.
I would like to nominate Trustee Olson.
Second. Third.
Wow. Based on a motion by Trustee Pombo and a second by Trustee Boulay, student trustee, and a third by Trustee Daniel. Third by Trustee Daniel. Student trustee preferential vote.
Aye.
Thank you very much. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries with 5 ayes and no nays. How anticlimactic.
That's okay. I'm okay with that.
I love anticlimactic.
Teamwork.
All right. Nominations for representative to County Committee of District Representation.
Would anybody like to be nominated?
What are the roles for this? I mean, what is the specific role for this job?
I was that person for many years, and the only real role is when and if they have county board member meetings, you are the designated representative for our board and our district. And anybody can go to the meetings, so all 5 of us can go to the meetings if we want. In fact, Stockton typically has most of their board at the meetings when there are meetings, but it's just saying someone will be there from our district to represent our district at the county.
Now, you were the representative last year. Were there any meetings?
No. I was not aware of any.
No,
So
I don't believe they had any.
they had, right? So they're not really, I'm just trying to understand how they are communicating because I
Well,
wasn't.
this would go to the county, and when and if they have meetings, they'll send a notice to the district saying, we're gonna have a meeting on January 15th, whatever, and then the district will pass that on to the board so that the board is aware, and the representative is tasked with being at that meeting if they can.
Okay, then I'd like to nominate myself again for the representative to County Committee of District Representation, and hopefully this year I'll be able to attend some meetings.
I second.
Third.
Thank you.
Based on a motion by Trustee Daniel and a second by Trustee Boulay and a third by Trustee Olson, student trustee preferential vote?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The motion carries with 5 ayes and no nays. Let's see. Item 4, consider approval of appointing Dr. Kirk Nicholas as secretary to the board.
I think we should have a discussion about this. In seriousness, I would like to move to approve Dr. Nicholas as secretary to the board.
Second.
Third.
Fourth.
All right, enough with the thirds. Based on a motion by Trustee Pombo and a second by Trustee Boulay, right?
Correct.
Student trustee preferential vote?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries with 5 ayes and no nays. In a few minutes, we will adjourn to closed session where we will be discussing the following. A, public employee discipline dismissal release complaint, Government Code Section 54957. B, consider approval of long-term leave of absence for 2 classified employees. Item C, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, significant exposure to litigation, Government Code Section 54956.9B, 1 potential case. Item D, conference with real property negotiators, Government Code Section 54956.8. Item E, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, Government Code Section 54956.9, 1 case. I will now entertain a motion to adjourn to closed session.
Move to adjourn.
Oh, I think Olson got it.
Okay, second.
Trustee Daniel? Based on a motion by trustee Olson and a second by trustee Daniel, student trustee preferential vote?
Aye.
Thank you very much. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries with 5 ayes, no nays. We are now adjourned to closed session. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks,
Good night.
everyone.
Videoed, is it?
Returning from closed session at 11 p.m. Action in closed session. The board approved the classified employee 131088 for a leave of absence from September 28th, 2022 to December 22nd, 2022. On a motion by trustee Clements and seconded by trustee Boulay, approve the unpaid long-term leave of absence for classified employee 131088 from 11/28/2022 to 12/22/2022 by the following vote. 5 ayes, no nays, no absence, no abstentions. Item 2, the board took action on a motion by trustee Clements and seconded by trustee Boulay to deny unpaid long-term leave of absence for classified employee 130943 from January 19th, 2023 to February 27th, 2023 by the following vote. 5 ayes, no nays, no absent, no abstentions. The board took action on a motion by trustee Clements and seconded by trustee Boulay to approve the release and settlement agreement resolving the anticipated litigation. District will provide student with reimbursement for educational related services in exchange for student agreement to waive all claims to date against the district. The motion passed by the following vote. 5 ayes, no nays, no absent, no abstentions. I will entertain a
Move to adjourn.
Second.
on a motion by trustee Clements and seconded by trustee Boulay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're now adjourned. Thank you.